Miss s1e3. You look much better. Fully healed, I see. You have responded well to our magic. I apologize that it took a while longer for me to return than I anticipated. My father does tend to drone on whenever I leave the castle. Oh, well, he had to remind me of my responsibilities as a prince, as if I needed to be reminded. Oh, what was it I was going to say before? Yes, I was going to ask you if you would rather stay here than return to your realm. I mean, under the circumstances, with this Vladimir criminal chasing you down, I'm not sure how safe you would be if you did return, but if you stay here, I believe I may be able to help you stay safe. I do understand that this would require some serious thought, so you needn't answer right away. Now, let's see. Where was I? Oh yes, I was explaining our history. When the humans waged war against the magical beings, we elves decided to retreat back to our realm. How? Well, through that cave was one way. In fact, that's one of the few remaining portals that connects our realm to yours. Due to the magic fading from your realm, the portals started closing one by one. Eventually, they will be closed forever, which is why I asked you if you wished to stay. I understand if you didn't want to, as I wouldn't be able to guarantee your return. So please, make sure you think through your answer, but if you do decide to, I will be more than happy to be the first to welcome you to my realm. There is of course my parents to consider, but I'm confident that we can work that out. Again, there is no rush in deciding now. I believe it will be a few more months before the portal that we came through will close. As for the others, it could be a year or more. Those portals, however, are very far from here. Oh yes, there are portals that lead to other realms where other magical beings reside, but those don't show any signs of closing. The war back then was violent, as I was told. Unfortunately, the humans also hunted down your kind that still had these gifts. Yes, I'm sure you're very familiar with the Crusades and witch trials, correct? Well, through the humans' violent history with war, the remaining magical beings retreated to these portals. It was only recently that humans started to lose touch with themselves, and what magic there is left in your realm is dying. And since then, our kind has kept to ourselves. The kings and queens have ruled that no human shall pass through the portals. Hence our slight problem. But I have always been curious about your realm. How you humans evolved so much further than most had thought. Some even said that you humans would return to living like your first ancestors, that used crude weapons before they knew magic. How wrong they were. Well, they did forbid anyone to venture into their realm, but I just had to see for myself before the portals started closing up. And, to be perfectly honest, if I happened to be caught with a closed portal behind me, then I would probably prefer that than taking the throne here anyway. They don't understand how suffocating the life that was chosen for me would be. But I do not believe my life is predestined. I'll create my own future. Fate be damned. Oh, sorry. Life as a royal heir is a lot more complicated than most may think, let alone the stress as an only child to succeed the throne. Oh, don't worry about that. Right now we need to figure out more about your lineage. If I'm right, you're part of the lost clan that chose to live with the humans. And, if so, you could definitely be of royal blood. The only problem is finding a way to trace it back to them. I'm sure my father or even the library would hold more information. My father, King Adamar Gaelin, is hosting a royal gathering tonight. The focus is on the portals, but there may be more to it than just that. So I can take the opportunity to leave the gathering early to visit the library and see what I can find out. Of course, I'll have Victor there to assist me. Oh, thank you for wanting to help me, but I'm afraid that it would be most difficult for you to move about while I'm at the royal gathering. Even when I introduce you to my parents and hopefully get their consent, I doubt the other royals would feel the same. Oh, don't worry. When I do introduce you to them, I will be there to protect you. I pledge my life on it. Now, the plan is for you to meet my mother first. She's a lot more reasonable than my father, and she may be on our side to help convince him. So you need to trust me with this plan, okay? But first, I think a change of clothing will help make this work better. Enter.
Excuse me, my prince. The king has gone to the solarium to finish his plans for the evening's events. I have informed the queen that you wish a private meeting with her. The queen states that she will see you in her sitting room for tea at noon.
Good, Victor. Will you please assist s1e3 in finding her attire before she meets the queen? We need to make sure that she looks presentable for this plan to work.
I had anticipated your request and will assist in all that you ask of me, my prince.
Excellent. I can always count on you to figure out the details. Now, I need to go see my mother.
Miss s1e3, if you would allow me. Here are a few outfits that I believe would do the trick. Over there is a changing curtain. I'll assist in giving my opinion on each outfit once you've tried them all on. Try the next one. I feel I need to tell you, which I'm sure you may have gathered by now, that things are very much different here than in your realm. So having an audience with the king and queen is quite an honour, but you must keep in mind to follow the prince's orders to the letter. Otherwise it could spell trouble for not only you, but for the prince as well. Turn around. Oh, I don't think so. Try another. Prince Adresin is putting his title on the line by dragging you here and allowing you to stay as his guest. Yeah, I've served the prince for many years. We've become almost friends. Well, as much as it's possible for a servant and his master to be friends, I suppose. But he knows he can count on me. I am nothing if not loyal. There is nothing I wouldn't do to protect him. That dress suits you better. Yeah, I'm sure that will work.
Victor, how are things here?
My prince, I believe this dress suits Mrs. Eelmay the best. If she shared more features, she could almost pass as an elf herself.
Well, yes, but I believe her to be quite alluring already, Victor. For a human, of course. The Queen is waiting. Shall we, Mrs. Eelmay? Now, I've informed my mother that I've brought a guest and that you are under my protection, so she is willing to meet you. Now, the only rule is don't speak unless she asks you directly, and bow when you greet her. Above all, trust me. I will make sure no harm comes to you.
Your Majesty, Queen Alea Gaelin, may I present Prince Adresin and Miss Eelmay?
My Queen, this is the guest I spoke of earlier.
No need to be formal with me, son. Lift your head, Mrs. Eelmay. Adresin, please tell me how you came to bring her here, knowing the consequences of such actions.
Yes, about that. She was running from a criminal human that wished her harm for not using her gifts for his gain. I don't know how, but she was able to see me.
So you snuck out of the castle and through a human realm portal that was seen by Mrs. Eelmay, who was running from a human that may not have only seen you, but could have also harmed you and put the elven realm in danger.
Mother, Yes, I am sorry for going against the royal decree, but...
However, you did tell me that she was able to see you and that she was being hunted down because of her gifts. Mrs. Eelmay, come. Sit beside me. Let me have a good look at you. Victor, please, if you would be so kind to serve the tea.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Now, if you would, Mrs. Eelmay, I could rather guess that my son has devised a plan to have you stay as a guest here. And from his seriousness, he means to defend you regardless of my husband's or my own decision. That human that was hunting you, I take it he's the type to not take no for an answer. I see. Any gifts? Can you tell me more about them? Oh, so clairvoyance and telekinesis. But you use this object as spirit board in order to do divinations for others.
Interesting. Are you able to divine your own path?
I doubt that. A divination is tricky like that. I could tell she's too kind to use her gifts for her own gain. Otherwise, the criminal would not have been able to hunt her down.
I see. Then I was right to have rescued you from that criminal.
Knowing my son, he wouldn't have let him harm you anyway. He likes to play the princely hero ever since he was young.
What my mother is trying to say is that I would have protected you because that's what princes do, and I wouldn't allow a mere human criminal to do as he pleases in my presence.
Of course you wouldn't, my dear. Mrs. Eelmay, I must ask you, are you sure you want to stay as a guest? Given the circumstances with the portals, mind you, I'm sure my son may have explained the situation regarding them. So it's settled. The only thing I ask is that you attend the royal gathering as our guest.
Mother, are you sure that's wise?
Do you doubt your mother? I think after I've talked with your father, he'd be more than willing to welcome Mrs. s1e3 as our guest. Since you have agreed, we shall take good care of you during your stay. Victor, make sure she is fitted for the gathering. I will go and speak with your father. Mrs. s1e3, it has been a pleasure meeting you. I do wish to spend more time with you in the future.
My queen.
I'm sorry if my mother has embarrassed you in any way. I certainly think she is up to something, but we did get her blessing to allow you to stay here as a guest, and knowing her, she will easily convince my father.
My prince, shall I have the fitting done in Mrs. s1e3's room?
I'm sure you already have her measurements by now. Just make sure the outfit suits her.
Of course, my prince. It shall be done.
She's going to make it quite difficult to keep you safe while you are at the gathering. Nevertheless, I would be honoured if you would accompany me as my guest. Wonderful. When Victor returns, make sure to allow him to do his work. He has an eye for it. I need to prepare myself as well, especially if we are to meet my father before the gathering starts.
My prince, Mrs. s1e3, I have her outfit tailored and ready for her. The king's servant has informed me that he is ready to see you both once you have changed.
s1e3, please allow Victor to the changing room. I will wait for you here once you're done.
Mrs. s1e3, if you will be kind enough to follow me. I have your wardrobe set up. I shall wait for you here. Everything should fit for you perfectly now. Oh, yeah, I work fast. Bit of elf magic. You'll soon get used to how we do things around here. Well, I must say, I've outdone myself this time. Sit over here. I need to fix your hair. There we go. Look at you. Not even a need for makeup. Let's not keep the prince waiting, shall we? Prince Adresin, Mrs. s1e3 is ready.
Well, you look quite mesmerizing, s1e3. No doubt in my mind that you must be an elf descent. Thank you, Victor.
My prince.
Oh yes, meeting the king. My father, King Adamar, is considered the head of the royal clans. The royals that are gathering are other head figures with their family to attend. My mother is to lead in entertaining the guests, whilst my father will be holding a meeting to discuss the portals with the other head figures. I do think, however, that there is something more to it than just that. And when you see him, He might help figure out which clan you're from. Father will want to check for himself.